Hey girl.
Howdy, 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 my beautiful Sagittarius. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot horoscope reading, Sagittarius. So if you find some tarot cards that resonate with you in this weekly tarot reading today, be sure to let me know in the comments below which cards do, because that's how I keep up with y'all, is through the comments, Sagittarius, and keep messing that up. As well, if you do enjoy this tarot reading, or you just enjoy my vibe for today, Sagittarius, I'm not picky, darling. I would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you do. Keep in mind, Sagittarius, I am just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could. Take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. Keep in mind, as well, Sagittarius, it doesn't matter what you identify as, whether it's he, she, they, them, anything inside or outside of that gender spectrum. If this tarot reading is going to resonate with you, I promise you it will. Tarot readings is just here to give you some food for thought for the week, a perspective to consider today, but never making choices in your life, Sagittarius. So let's just jump into your tarot reading for this week, your weekly tarot, Sagittarius. See what's going on for you guys. Remember as well, if you want to book a private to personal reading with me, my website's always linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. So let's get into this, Sagittarius. You guys have the Three of Cups coming in here, Sagittarius. So I like this energy a lot. This is a very good partnerships, friendships, Sagittarius. I wouldn't be surprised for some of you guys. What's coming up into your path is like a nice reunion, a nice union of energies. I suppose that is fitting for the times, right? During this season, Sagittarius. I see for many of you guys as well. Because I sensed this last week for a lot of you Sagittarius, is where I felt like new partnerships were coming in, Sagittarius. So this is really following through with that, carrying over from that message, of where I still continue to see like new friendships being made. If you haven't already had them, they're definitely coming forward into your life relatively soon, Sagittarius. So definitely there's a reason as to why you have this energy being so pronounced currently, and that is because that this is some type of connection or connections worthy of paying attention to. Some of you Sagittarius as well, you know, because I kept on seeing the card of like it being represented as like a reunion or a union. For some of you Sagittarius, it's almost like family members, perhaps some really past family members or old friends, old flames, Sagittarius. Something comes back in where it's just like a nice union, a nice connection of energies, even if it doesn't spark into anything depthful, which I feel like it could be kind of 50-50 for some of you Sagittarius, admittedly, where it's just like being able to just reconnect with an old energy and just like, oh, okay, I like that. Or like in a case of being like, oh, you changed, you've grown during this time, let's reconnect, let's vibe, let's see what's up, honey, right? So let's continue on with your reading, Sagittarius. You guys have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords showed up for every single fire sign today, Sagittarius. So definitely whatever is being reuned, honey, definitely feels as if you guys didn't end things on your last conversation off the best of notes. Definitely feels as if your last conversation with this energy was you thinking like that was going to be the very last thing that you ever spoken to them about. For some of you Sagittarius, I will say like there is going to be, especially if this is like family, I feel like some news coming in from the family, whether it be good or bad, because I can kind of see that also either way, brings you forth into recommunicating rather, Sagittarius, with those old energies coming in as well. And so also for some of you Sagittarius, for those that are getting out of a connection, whether it's platonic or romantic, I do definitely see it's almost as if like you're at like a bar is what I see, Sagittarius. You're at a bar, you're at somewhere, you know, just to yourself, and then a new energy comes in that way. That's how that new energy comes in and approaches you. It's during like that low time. I even sense that again, I think, for you guys last week. So it's interesting that continues on now that I'm thinking about it. You have the moon energy coming forward to you, Sagittarius. And so this energy, you're not really going to see this coming. You don't expect this at all. You don't see this coming. You see this as an energy that you really thought was just checked out and over with. Kind of similar to Leo's, now that I'm reflecting on it as well. So if you do have any type of Leo in your chart, definitely be sure to check that out. Leo's reading out, Sagittarius. but you don't see this energy coming. There is definitely a lot that is going on that you don't know about, Sagittarius. And I guess now that I'm reflecting on it, it does feel as if, because it is going to be your season, Sagittarius, where it's like your birthday season. So happy early birthday to my Sagittariuses. But now I'm thinking about it, yeah, that's what it is. It's like there's a lot, I was going to say there's a lot going on that you're not aware of is going on, Sagittarius. So some of you guys, you have like some type of surprise birthday being planned, or like some type of surprise reunion with people that you aren't anticipating, Sagittarius. You know, that makes so much sense now that I remember that it's about to be Sagittarian season. I feel y'all are about to really be reconvening with old energies, old flames. There's a lot that's just being planned that you're not aware of. I don't feel like it's necessarily in a bad way, just going to be a lot for you to be taking in, Sagittarius. King of Coins, King of Pentacles stepping forward to you as well, darling. So, you know, this is all in the name of betterment. This is all in the name of bringing forth more stability in your life, Sagittarius. I do feel as if for those, I do feel inclined to be saying, rather, Sagittarius, that some of y'all, this energy is definitely going to be coming in and bringing something worth celebrating for you. It's almost like Sagittarius, like this energy comes in and they're just like, oh, hey, darling, like, oop, as I hit my whole camera with my foot, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. I hit my tripod with my foot, honey. But yeah, Sagittarius, it's almost like whatever this energy comes back in for, it's like they have like the answer to your problem with something, or it's like they're coming forth with some type of situation that's going to make you feel a lot better about how another situation is playing out. That's very specific in a way where it's just like you're having problems in one area with this other energy, and then they come in and they're just like, Sagittarius, I have the answer to this, right? They have the answer to this. And so at the very least, if it's not like an answer, they have something that would really feed into your King of Pentacles energy, which would bring forth a sense of stability. You know, the King of Pentacles is associated with the Midas touch, but because of the Eight of Swords as the back of the deck energy here, it's like something that was keeping you stuck beforehand. This energy comes in and shakes things up just enough, Sagittarius, that loosens the grips on something else that has been very slow paced, and probably some of y'all, like, because I'm being shown a brick wall, that you hit a brick wall on, that you weren't really having any type of progression with this, Sagittarius. So definitely be on the lookout for this energy coming in for you. I wonder how many Sagittarius surprise parties I'm gonna inevitably end up spoiling from this reading. We have here the Eight of Pentacles coming in here. Yeah, Sagittarius, I really want to be surprised. I see for many of you guys, Sagittarius, many of you Sagittariuses, you guys are going to be really either inspired or really just in general just receiving some type of promotion, and that's what the excitement is about. If it's not about this energy being the focal point, there is something that you have a reason to celebrate about. So if you are working at like a 9 to 5, I really want to say expect some type of promotion, or anticipate rather some type of raise happening, Sagittarius. I do see and a greater increase of an inflow of abundance for you guys, of financial stability for many of you Sagittariuses. So I definitely like to see that, especially if you're self-employed, Sagittarius. That seems to be almost like maybe you get some type of like partnership or something that you can work together on, or just ups your own whatever. Like this is really just this is a very pleasant reading, a lot of good news, and like I can see how this could fit in a lot of different facets. So I'm now taking this, because usually my readings are very singular, Sagittarius. I see this as a sign of where it's just like a sign of a good omen for you guys, where it's just a lot of very like small facets in your life, or seemingly small facets in your life, Sagittarius, start becoming more pristine. Anything that was cloudy beforehand starts becoming more pristine, and it's just like a nice turn of events where it's just like, okay, now things are working out, things are starting to feel good. It's like this is time, like your time of celebration. High Priestess card coming in here. Why is this High Priestess card here though, Sagittarius? What's up with that, right? Why is this? Oh, I guess this card's the clarifier. The Knight of Swords stepping in. I have a sneeze coming, Sagittarius, so if you see me making a funny face, it's me fighting the urge to sneeze. I'm just a train wreck with y'all, Sagittarius, apparently. So, Sagittarius, I do feel as if High Priestess, Knight of Swords coming in here. I almost want to tell you, Sagittarius, that I see... It's almost as if like you got like the forecast on like a week ahead, you know, like how you can get the weather of like being like, oh, what's the weather going to look like for the next week. It's like you have intuitively some type of something in mind for something happening, and that's gonna happen, but it brings forth like you have like a small iota of an idea of what it's about, but when it actually comes forward to you, Sagittarius, it brings forth so many other things that you aren't anticipating. It's like someone comes in to visit for a weekend for you, and it's just like, oh, I have this one suitcase. You think they're gonna bring a suitcase or two, and then actually they knock on the door and they have like 10 different suitcases. They brought 2 other people with them, a cat, a dog, like a whole bunch of other things. And so while it also could be potentially good, it's just really overwhelming as well. So definitely be on the watch for that, Sagittarius, because I do see some of you guys wanting to just crawl up into your hermit shell and having like a sensory overload where you're just like, oh, this is too much, and it kind of defeats the purpose of like why it was even happening for you in the first place, right? So definitely be prepared for that, really, because it is definitely just going to happen, Sagittarius, and your guides are kind of just letting this be known where you're just like, no, you need to see this through, right? That's kind of like the main thing here. It's like your guides are being really insistent on like seeing this through, even if you feel like just like quitting in this regard. This is like, no, Sagittarius has to see this all the way. King of Wands coming in here, your energy, Sagittarius. Yeah, it's Sagittarius. I feel as if 5 of Pentacles coming in here. A lot of you guys, Sagittarius, are going to realize, like, this is a specific narrative. You guys are going to realize just how valuable, how much you mean to somebody, or just to somebody's in general. You're going to realize just how valuable of a presence you have just in general through whatever happens this week, whether it's through promotions, whether it's through just this energy coming in and showcasing you know, having that reunion and being like, oh wow, I didn't know you actually felt this way about me, right? Maybe some of you guys, Sagittarius, you convinced yourself this energy is just checked out from you, doesn't want anything to do with you, and you know, all those little narratives, Sagittarius. But in actuality, it's like this situation here, like it's like you really get a huge sense of self-esteem boost, darling, because of like you, like what actions take place. It's just like a strong awareness being like, oh wow, I didn't know I was worth all of this, right? Again, it correlates so perfectly as to like that type of surprise party. And for many of you, Sagittarius, you're not aware of how someone feels about you. Queen of Pentacles coming in here. So I do feel as if, like, again, very strongly that I do see financially things going on the up and up for you, Sagittarius. Very strong financial reading in that sense of where you're being spoiled. At this time, a lot of gifts, a lot of just financial, darling. And I do feel as if, yeah, I mean, there's not really much depth to really break into that Queen of Pentacles, admittedly. Hanged Man. Whatever this is, Sagittarius, if this is about a person, you're going to be, it's like a nice change of pace and being like, oh, wow, I thought no one really cared about me. But in actuality, people love me. People did all this effort to make me feel loved and what have you. I feel like that's the main theme here, where it's just like you realize just how much you mean to this you realize just how much this world, you mean to this world. That's what it is. You realize just how much you mean to this world. You realize just how much you mean to this person or persons, to this family. You realize your worth in terms of your workplace, because you, like, whatever happens, whether it's promotion or just a bonus or what have you, it really alters your perspective on things. Be like, oh wow, you know, I thought things were just so different. But in actuality, like, you know, it encapsulates what a surprise party is, where you think like everyone has forgotten about you, Sagittarius, but during this whole time you realize like no one's forgotten about you. And in fact, people have been planning for months to make you feel fabulous, to make you feel loved, Sagittarius. And when you receive it, you're going to just be beaming. I see Two of Pentacles coming in here. And so I do feel like for some of you guys, it's almost like you have all this good stuff happening and then you wait for the ball to drop. And you're like, Page of Pentacles coming in here. Yeah, you're getting like the same consistent message, a lot of pentacle energy as well, Sagittarius. You're getting the same message where it's just like after all is said and done, then you're just left with this question of being like, well, what does this mean for us? What does this mean for me? Definitely through whatever abundance and just happiness and elevation that's happening in your life, it doesn't come without its own complexities for you, Sagittarius, where you realize that you have to put more thought into this now, that you have to really, perhaps some of y'all delve into emotions and situations that you kind of were checked out from as well, because I do feel like I'm being shown like it's like an old, what are they called, like sarcophagus? I know it's gonna be sound really random and weird, but it's like an old sarcophagus being uncovered, and it's marked with like your own emotions and just things that you kind of just put into a box and you chose to forget about it. And now through all these events happening and the celebration and all that, then it's just like this old sarcophagus comes up into the forefront, and you're just like, oh, all right, now I have to like deal with these emotions. Now I have to actually unpack this, and really something that you thought you didn't have to be dealing with anymore, you're just like, actually I have to deal with that and then some, darling. And so a lot changes up in your life. A lot changes up in your life in terms of your perspective, how you see things playing out just for you in general. But it's almost like, I even want to say some of y'all Sagittarius is you just really start seeing the world differently as well. Just be like, some of y'all will be taken out of that cynical nature that you might be in at this current point in time, Sagittarius. And it's just like, it's like a lot of food for thoughts happening for you, Sagittarius. A lot of deep reflecting and just a lot to be thinking about. So let's get into a moon oracle card, darling. We have here the full moon in Taurus, your dreams needing a practical plan. So definitely, Sagittarius, this isn't something that you can just jump right into. This is something that you do have to think about. There is just a lot that goes with this, right? It's anything but simple, which is, I enjoy this reading, Sagittarius, because it's a new energy for you guys. It's a lot of complexities, and usually y'all's readings are very straightforward. So with all this complexities, I see so much potential, so many different avenues y'all's path can be taking, and I'm so excited for y'all's future, truly. But don't write anything off, and don't just jump right into things with that feeling as if you can't, feeling as if you can continue on with some type of situation without having to unpack that sarcophagus with whatever is inside that you stuffed in there, that you chose to pack it and then forget it, Sagittarius. So yeah, darling, that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, Sagittarius. Hopefully you found some cards that resonated with you. If you did, let me know in the comments. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, Sagittarius. And as well, darling, I love you so much. And if you want to book a private personal reading with me, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, next to my social medias, TikTok and Instagram also being SimplyVelca. And yeah, until next time, my beautiful Sagittariuses, I love you so much, and enjoy your birthday, darlings. Bye.